And welcome back to Let's Play Banished. In the last episode we set the speed to 10 times, simply because there is not much else we can do and I'm basically waiting for things to go somewhere. Also should have probably checked my recording again, just to make sure I'm actually recording this, because I really don't feel like re-recording this. But I suppose I might be unable to do anything about that. If it happens, I will have to redo this episode. Also, I keep messing up hunting and foresting lodges. My log limit is at 400, so those people should keep chopping down trees. I think it will still hit the productivity of the gatherer quite badly. Yep, it does. So actually I want another wood, no, forest again. So we are back to 4 foresters there. Should also get some, yep, now we have the limitation of the cloak production by wool. Although this sheep farm is doing well, so I hope we will have 16 sheep in the near future. Which means we can go and finally fill this pasture up as well. I explained it in the last episodes, I basically have 2 pastures because you can have diseases spreading on a pasture and then you have to basically kill everything on the pasture just to get something out of it. And it's a good idea to have this secondary pasture just so you can repopulate your pastures. Like I would want to, for example, if those, I can't do it for the sheep, but if those cows end up dying here, I will just butcher them all. And I still have this place to eventually say, okay, fine, let's split this and repopulate both pastures again. I mean, you can't do this in very, very short succession because the pasture you want to split has to be full. So I split this and then one of the 2 pastures dies out again. I will have to wait for a while until I can redo it. But it's a general thing that I can work with, and at least it is some sort of security. I mean, there is no perfect security. I might also hit simultaneous diseases on all the pastures, which would really suck. But it's possible. And at least I have done whatever I could. At least I think that's what I done. Also, I think the downside of losing this footage is that I don't have things to cycle through crop-wise. I could build an orchard with cherries. I might actually do that because it's really tempting, but I would prefer to have more people for that. Because farming in Banished seems to work on the principle that you have to put in a certain amount of work units or a certain amount of work time on each of the farming plots until you can harvest, and until that is done you will, if you don't have enough people to work your fields, you will lose a lot of it, you will miss out on it, because everything that's still unharvested by, I think, autumn or winter will be lost. I've had that in my big save on my other computer. Basically, I think as soon as autumn rolls in, or late autumn rolls in, your harvest is going to decrease. So as people work, there is a little meter. I will show you once we get to farming. But basically, you have kind of a production meter that shows you how far your crops are, and the more work you put in, the quicker it goes. And your crops can be ready in, I think, from midsummer if you have a lot of workers, to late autumn where they will be automatically harvested. And the further it gets, the the better your harvest is. So if you don't get it to full by the time or by late autumn, you will miss out on food, because then they will harvest it anyway and you just lose whatever you could have produced. I think what's still left in winter is just discarded and won't be harvested. It really drops quick and you don't get that much out of it. So this is why I'm still waiting with building a cherry orchard, basically. Also note that those will still take a while to grow. When you can't produce a cherry and expect fruits the next year. I think it's just like adults, so 2 to 3 in-game years until you get actual food from your trees, but it's still a while, and I think that is a bit ambiguous about the easy build. I mean, I don't know if you can start with tree seeds, but if you can, it's kind of evil, because those don't really help you. Those are plants that won't get you through the first year, although I suppose your stocks might do that. I haven't played the game on easy just yet. I think I jumped in right at medium, and for the let's play I went with hard. So I don't know how long the stuff you get in an easy game will last you. If any of you have played Banished on the easier difficulty, feel free to chime in here, leave a comment, and I will look into it, but I won't start a let's play on easy. In fact, if this let's play ends, I will, or if this town gets destroyed by whatever reason, I will most likely not start another Banished let's play. So that would be it. If you want to see, like, if you say, okay, we want you to build something and to show us how that is, how that works and what it does and what you need for that, I might do that and just play in my free time and then record just a bit if I get to that. For example, I think the tavern is one of those buildings that are a bit weird. I think taverns work very special in Banished, because you basically can't set them to produce... Actually, they produce alcohol, but they don't... there are many ways to get that. So you can basically choose what you want to use, but you have to juggle that around, because I think the tavern burns through your stuff quite fast. And if your citizens end up picking the same stuff, then it will just not produce that much. So for example, if you tell it to produce with berries, and your citizens happen to also to have a craving for berries, then they will get all the berries, put them in their homes, and your tavern won't produce anything. And I think you constantly have to change it around just so it keeps producing. By the way, alcohol is probably a very good way to make some money as well, so I think trading is a very good point to, or a very good reason to build a tavern. Otherwise, I don't need it for the happiness, because we have the cemetery, we have the church. So, just saying that happiness isn't an issue. We can't go past 5 stars as far as I know, which is not very far, to be honest. But you get my point. There is no point in dedicating resources and workforce to a building that won't give me any benefit right now. Okay. So I won't build a tavern until I have like the workers to spare. The next thing I want to build though is an orchard, because I want more food, and I want to show you how farming works before the obligatory hurricane comes in and destroys my town, or wrecks most of it, and I have to rebuild, which would also put me in a quite troubling position, because if most of my town is destroyed, I don't know if I will go into rebuilding it, or if I'll just end the let's play or cut this bit out, because it would mean we'd have to wait again. And we'd have to do all the stuff again that we did, and I'd have to rebuild, I'd have to wait for things to be rebuilt, I'd have to get some more stone, I'd have to do all sorts of stuff, and I don't know if that would be that great to watch. Okay, so we have at least the plan for the next few episodes. We will have an orchard, or a farm, depending on what the next trailer will bring. And we will also try to get more people somehow, and there was something else. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that I am going to only record like 3 or 4 episodes now. I said that in the footage that was lost. So I'm trying to get to like 3 to 4 episodes in a sitting and then record something else, or just not record at all. Like there are games I just play for the sake of playing them, not for recording. And that way I hope to increase the quality of everything. Also not sure if I mentioned it in the new footage, but I also changed my recording settings to increase the microphone volume. So I hope this the sound is okay and is actually better now. I put up a Dig or Die Let's Play, and the developer watched it and told me, yeah, you could increase the volume of your microphone because you're hard to understand. So yeah, thank you, by the way. Thank you for that. If you're watching this, awesome work, thank you. I did try to change it. I changed it now. I noticed there was another setting. Basically, I was kind of hoping that the OBS setting for the microphone would be sufficient, where I have cranked it almost all the way to maximum. But there was another hidden slide somewhere under several layers of system controls, like in the system setup of Windows. So I changed it there as well, and it seems to be a bit louder now. Feel free to leave me a comment if that actually messed it up, if it's worse, if it's better than before. I did a quick test recording and it seemed to work well. It seemed to be loud, it seemed to be better. But I don't know if it also means the microphone will pick up more noise now. Like more of the nonsense, like the doorbell or my cell phone, or the stuff happening outside, like birds also, although it wouldn't be that bad for this game. I mean, birds wouldn't really mess it up, but there might be games where bird sounds aren't that great, although I probably won't complain. But no, I can't really hear anything, although it might be due to the headset. By the way, not sure when those videos are going up, but we have spring right now. We have a pretty lovely weather for the last few. We had pretty lovely weather for the last few days. There were a few rainy moments, but it was mostly fine. I think the nights were a bit rainy sometimes, but the days were really warm, very pleasant. Perfect weather for going outside and doing stuff there. Which reminds me, I still need to renew my fishing license. I will do this probably later. I mean, after recording. Gonna check how much it costs. I gotta get some paperwork done. It's more paperwork. Always everything is paperwork in Germany. It shouldn't be that much. I think it's only one form that I have to fill out and send in. And then they will give me a... they'll ask me to pay something, initiate a bank transfer, and then I will receive a license. I think it will be valid for my entire life from then on. I think there was a change in the fishing law, and right now you get the license for everything, for the entire life. Which is nice, I think. I mean, I think the government is missing out on a lot of cash that way, because people will just do that and they will have their fishing license for a lifetime, and it is a lot cheaper than it used to be. I think it's costs about as much as it did for like 5 years, so I think you can imagine the difference there. If you want to I mean, fishing is, I think it's a hobby that most people will do for their entire lives. So you would do it for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years. It's not something you end up getting too old for, unless you're very old. And so I think they would actually make more money if they just kept it at the 5-year increment. Although, of course, it was more work for the citizens. I mean, I appreciate it not being that much work. I appreciate it being streamlined and simplified. I'm just saying it probably wasn't the smartest move financially. And since everybody's always complaining about not having money, I think that would have been worth consideration. Anyway, I'm still I'm more than likely to try to get in on that offer anyway, so I guess I shouldn't talk about it. Back to the game. I think the episode is pretty much over now. We finally have some more workers. So we have some more adults to use and to throw around. We built some more homes. How many families do we have now? I have 18 families and 20 homes. That is not exceptional, but it's okay. I think it means we should build more houses here. So one of you will have to become a builder again. I'll pause the game, I'll pause the recording. I will quickly look into those videos and see if they are alright. If my if my messings have been set up, no. If my settings have been messed up. And if the recording has messed up. And yeah, I'll be right back for 1 or 2 more episodes. See you then, bye!